Are we going live? All right, everybody. I think we are live. Let's wait and see. Yes, we are live. Hello, everybody. You are watching Ballerina Badass. My name is Georgia Reed, and today is going to be my last day streaming from my garage studio, and I cannot exactly tell you why yet. It's a secret, but big things are coming, and I will be doing my videos from a different space coming up. Before we get into it, though, I'd like you all to be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the ding-a-ling thingy if you want, and yeah, so you can get updates on more videos coming through, which I do have some more planned. I know everyone has that feeling of I need to be posting more and feeding the social media beast, and yet for me, what I'm learning, hello Mr. McIntyre, thank you for being here today. What I'm learning is that actually the more time you take to rest, to pause, the better. You know what? I think I'm on the wrong Instagram for this live. Hold on, guys. Let me just check. Am I? I am! And now, you guys, this is what happens when you have multiple channels. So I need to get over to my ballet channel. Let's get over there, you guys. It is hot here today in Southern California. There we go. Now we're on the right one. Okay, get on over there, and boom. Now we try it again. Okay. Anyways, I've been a professional ballet dancer for a long time, and then I've quit so many times, right? I quit in 2002, and then I quit again, yeah, I guess in 2015, and then I came back, and then by 2017 I'd quit again. So, you know, I'm still definitely, I mean, I've been retired from professional ballet for years. I still can, you know, do a professional dance gig, and but that's not a ballet, right? So that's who you're talking to here, okay? I trained under Marikoleva through, you know, he comes from the Vaganova technique, and his wife, Rossano Ruffo. Anyways, I trained with them via Butler University and privately, and then I trained with Boston Ballet, I trained with Princeton Ballet, I trained at Fort Wayne Ballet. These were all the summer dance programs, right? Okay, and then I got scholarships to a bunch of places. I was very lucky. Forgive me, I'm covering my eyes because it's embarrassing to talk about oneself. That's what's happening here, okay? Just FYI. But got a lot of scholarships, you know, and then hit puberty, went through a lot of heartache, body changes, really tough when you feel like you're a star and then you're not, and you never were, but you know, that's the way it goes in these things. And then I did manage to go professional, went pro, joined, danced for the St. Louis Opera Theater, danced for Cincinnati Ballet, Kansas City Ballet, Ballet Hispanico in New York, and then Astra Ballet in Los Angeles, and that's not one of the legit ballet companies, well, we know, but it was a fun company, and they did a lot of really interesting stuff. And I got to perform at the $1 Million Theater in downtown Los Angeles, which is crazy. Really old movie house. And yes, the floors were terrible, but such a piece of history, and to get to dance in that theater, worth it. So I will always be grateful for that. But now I'm still figuring out, you know, okay, so what are we going to do? And no, I can't tell you why. Hi, Miriam. I can't tell you why I'm shifting from my garage yet. I can tell you guys why I'm shifting from my garage as of October 1st, I can tell you, okay? So it's a secret till then. But I'm really excited about where things are going, and the prospect of getting back into ballet class. Now, does that mean I'll ever dance ballet professionally again? Doubtful. I'm having too much fun working on other things in my life, like acting and stand-up comedy and singing and voiceover, just all kinds of really great stuff. But I still want to keep doing ballet. It's getting through that part of your life where you have to kind of go through, they call it separation and individuation in therapy for kids who are learning how to separate and individuate from their parents, and then they kind of become their own person and see themselves as their, you know, individual. Is this making any sense? Anyways, I needed to go through that with ballet, right? And go, How much of this is because I want to do it? How much of this is because I felt like I had to do it? How much of this is because my parents wanted me to do it? How much of this is because of people-pleasing tendencies? And all of that stuff. And yeah, I still have a lot of self-doubt and self-loathing and regrets and things that I'm working through, you know, and the politics of dance and all that. But in the meantime, we are figuring it out. And I so appreciate getting to share all of this with you. Again, I have a library of videos. It goes, I don't know, hundreds of videos here on my YouTube channel. If you're not on there, on my YouTube channel, I have a ton of videos that go through my journey in and out of ballet. But I still want to make more. So we'll see. So today, today was mainly a thing of just getting to say goodbye to the stage. I am actually going to be selling my stage, and I think I'm going to keep the bar. I made that bar. You can actually, there is a video. Hi, Princess Brack. It's good to see you, sweetheart. Hi, I'm glad you're here. Awesome. Long time person who has watched my videos. I'm very grateful for that. But, so I'll keep the bar, but I'm probably gonna, the trampoline I'll probably be selling, and then this Marley floor, and then the stage underneath it. So, you know, if you're in Southern California and you're thinking of making your own home studio, and all the mirrors. So, I mean, here's the thing. These are things that I bought online through resale, and so you can create your own studio if you need it. There are ways to do it, you guys, and I feel really grateful I was able to make this home studio so that I was able to continue to do some work through COVID and just sort of find a place where I could dance by myself without, no one cares about me or if I'm dancing or not, but you know how it is when you're in class and you feel like everyone's looking at you, which they're not. But when you go through all the BS, sometimes it's great to have a space to just go and dance by yourself and let it suck. I love saying that, you know, let it suck. So, yep. Anyways, yes, long time no see, Princess Brock. So, yeah, I'm excited to share with you guys what's going to happen next. But in the meantime, also today, I know I didn't put in the microphone. I hope you can hear me okay. It's probably a little bit quiet, but hopefully not too. I'm thinking about, I'm just going to give myself Barre today. And you can watch and judge. Again, you know, anyone who's been following here knows I'm way out of shape. I'm getting back into shape. I just put on point shoes again a week or 2 weekends ago, I think, to try them on. And oh my gosh, do I have I have my work cut out for me getting back onto those things. Good God. The muscles, they just go away and you got to bring them back slowly, carefully, safely. In a healthy way. If you push it, you can end up with injuries, kind of like the one that I got with my hamstring, which finally, you guys, I am going to see a physical therapist this week. I got it scheduled. I know. Do not wait to get your things checked. I do want to talk about a couple of things, though, before I get into my bar and all that. All of that. Number one is I posted a video recently on my channel talking about performing the Dying Swan solo. Now, if you get a chance, go watch it. It is long and talky, but I think it's really, I like it. I enjoyed making it because it's about how you approach creating a role for yourself, especially an iconic role like the Dying Swan, which is the famous 4-minute solo, first created by Michael Fokine on Anna Pavlova. She's performed that role like 4,000 times, and it is not from Swan Lake. However, there are ballerinas who have taken the Dying Swan solo and put it into Swan Lake, because that actually happens a lot in the old classical ballets. When you read about the history, people would you're like, well, is it from Don Quixote, or is it from, you know, the Don Quixote or the other one, which my mind is slipping me right now because I get nervous in the moment here, but they'll just swap solos. They'll take a variation from Don Quixote and throw it over there and put it in, the other one. Wow, I'm doing great. If any of you remember the other famous ballet, let me know, because it's just slipping my mind at the moment. So, hurrah! That's good news. You know what? F it. We're going to do it right now, because I'm just going to be thinking about that the rest of the time I'm on here with you. Famous. Let's see. Don Quixote or the other one. the other one, and it's gonna be something awesome in a minute. Come on down, this is embarrassing, 'cause I forgot, and that's okay. No, not La Bayadere. Totally different. No, not Bolero, although I do love Bolero. Carmen? No. No, not Carmen. Any moment now she's gonna find it. Then she's gonna feel more embarrassed. No, it's not that one. No, it's not that one. Aren't you guys excited to watch me just scroll? This is today's live stream, is Georgia scrolling. So fun. Let's see if someone else has found it already. Quick question from Mr. McIntyre. Do I prefer Russian point shoes because they are handmade and in good quality? Yes, yes, yes. That's the answer. Yes. Ah, Paquita! Princess Brack, I knew it. Thank you. I'm still scrolling. I'm in letter F. Paquita, thank you. Ding, Paquita or Don Q, right? They would swap the variations between those two. So you're always like, which one is it from? And people are like, actually. So you have to really go far back to figure that stuff out. Princess Brock, you rock. Did you spell it wrong? Technically, I do remember the spelling. It is Paquita. Paquita. Looks like Paquita, but it is not. It is Paquita. Very good. That was actually, now it's coming back. It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. I believe Paquita's the one with the fan, right? Brum brum ba da 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 dum bum ba da 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 bum bum grand jeté and kick passe pique da 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 grand jeté and kick ba 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 ba. That one, right? Yeah. If that's Don Q, y'all can just go pow pow. But Don Q is the one that I think that has like the multiple variations. Oh my, yes. Now that's right. Don Quixote was where we did the part of that in oh my god. At Boston Ballet, that was the summer that I fell on my ass, which I'm sure I have a video about this whole thing in my library of videos. So fun. All right, Anna Zaid is here. Hi! Yes! I'm so glad you're here! Yay! I'm so happy people are here doing the thing and the a little bit of weird. This is like supposedly Fosse, but it's not at all. I'm really messing it up. Yes, I am. Okay. So that was the first thing I was going to talk about, was for that Dying Swan, how to perform the Dying Swan video. You'll notice I just do a lot of commentary on a lot of really famous ballerinas performing it because, yes, there's a video of me performing it back in 2016, but I say when you're studying a role that you want to recreate on yourself as a ballet dancer, you want to study the best of the best, okay? So, I mean, I'm looking at Natalia. I am looking at Svetlana Zakharova. I'm looking at Osipova. I'm looking at Lopatkina. Yes, the Russian ballerinas. Yes, I love Russian ballerinas. So that's me. If your go-to is American ballerinas or French or whatever, Brazilian, if you have whoever your favorites are, find them. That's what's great about YouTube. And then you can study their movements. And what I talk about is this idea. There's a book called Steal Like an Artist. And we're not talking about copyright infringement here, people. We're talking about watching another artist and looking at things they're doing and then taking that and using it for yourself, going, oh, I really like how they flourish their hand here, how they reach here. I like their timing here. I like all these different things. The great news is when you put it on yourself, it ain't going to look like them. It's going to be you. And, that's what's beautiful about it, right? And then, of course, you can thank in your memoirs and say, I was inspired by the work of blah, 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 blah. I am consistent. My big inspiration growing up was Baryshnikov. That was my big inspiration. It was not a female dancer, it was a male dancer. Just everything about him, his bravado, his style, his attitude, and everything, which, you're like, well, Georgia, how does that help you be a better ballerina? I don't know, but I loved him. And, yeah, that's just me. So, oh, good. Princess Brack is still working towards dancing Giselle one day. That is awesome. Keep going. Don't give up. If you have to, if nobody wants you to perform it in their company, then you perform your own version. You have to four-wall it. People do it in film all the time. They call it four-walling. What that means is that if your film that you created, wrote, directed, etc., produced, does not get picked up for distribution, you four-wall it. You can rent out a movie theater and show it, that kind of thing. So you can always four-wall your own, Giselle, you're welcome. So, that was the first thing I wanted to talk about, and if anybody ever wants any specific coaching on a role, I'm happy to do it. I feel like doing any major coachings in a video, I can give my suggestions and ideas, but again, I'm so out of shape right now. Even when I was in shape, though, I thought I was out of shape, so who cares? But I do enjoy coaching. I just, I would rather do it one-on-one, right? You know what I mean? But the other thing I want to talk about before I forget, so get this, the other thing I want to talk about, a friend of mine who I've known since college, she showed me, Miriam wants me to do more of these reaction videos. Yeah, totally. I'll do more reaction videos. If you like them, then yes, I absolutely will. I think they are just great. Oh my God, you went to the Catherine Morgan Summer Intensive. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's fantastic. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter where you go. If you are getting something good out of it, that's fantastic. So I'm going to say this next, but my friend found this post on Instagram. A dance studio out here in California is doing this thing where they call it, what do they say? Many companies, one audition. And they're charging dancers $400 fucking dollars. I said the F word. Yes, $400 fucking dollars to audition for multiple ballet companies. A studio is charging dancers $400 fucking dollars to audition for multiple companies. And I know who the studio is. I remember when this director called me and said, oh, I want are you connected with this director at this company, and could you put me in touch with them because I want to do this? And this was a few years ago. It was either during COVID or just before or just after, I forget. And I said, that's not right. You shouldn't charge dancers to audition. That's pretty messed up. And they're like, yeah, well, we need the money and it'll help the dancers. And I'm like, yeah, but this should be illegal. And here's the problem, dancers and dance fans. If you're union, if AGMA's got your back, AGMA dancers technically don't have to pay. But if you're not union, you're not covered. And here's the thing. You see what's going on if you're paying attention to the SAG-AFTRA strike and the writer's strike here in Hollywood. These are major unions, and they are fighting for basic wages. Who gives a flying fart about the dancers? I mean, this was one of my biggest issues being out here in Los Angeles when I first came out here and I thought about getting more into commercial dance and things like that, and I looked at it. If you think dancers get treated badly in ballet companies, let me tell you. I remember when they were like, oh, we've really changed the contracts. Now dancers get a bottle of water and some shade to sit in while they wait. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? I mean, it's unbelievable. So, but this is the thing. So I had looked into this a few years back when I saw this is not the first time this has happened. Other people have done this nonsense. They've done it in Europe. There are companies here. I don't know if it's still true, but Kansas City Ballet, they charge just to look at your videotape. You send in a videotape to audition for Kansas City Ballet, they charge you money to look at it. This is unconscionable. And they say, oh, well, we need the money to keep our companies alive. And I'm like, bitch, if you can't afford the costs to run an audition, you don't deserve to have a ballet company. Fuck you. Dancers are already starving. Now, okay, you want to charge the underage dancers who still live with mommy and daddy, and I had one of those mommies and daddies who paid out the nose for summer dance camps and things. And as I got older, I found out my parents worked extra jobs so that I could do it. I'm very grateful to them. I wish personally they hadn't done it so they would have had more money later in life, but at the same time, I'm grateful to them. But let's face it, it's an elitist sport in a lot of ways. I called it a sport. Oh my God, an elitist art form. Regardless, at least they have parents to back them up. But when you're talking about charging dancers who are trying to go pro or already are pro and they're trying to find their next job, and a lot of these dancers have to work second jobs besides dancing in the company. Why? Because a lot of times they barely pay a living wage to the dancers. When I was an apprentice with Cincinnati Ballet, they paid me $200 a week, and I still had to dance just as many hours as the rest of the dancers. Unfucking believable. But I thought it was great because A, I was 19 and an idiot, right? I mean, that's why you want the younger dancers because they don't know any better. But then B, oh, well, at least I had health insurance and they gave me free point shoes. This is huge. Oh my God. I mean, that's the whole thing. We're just so desperate as dancers, as artists of any area that when you're young, you'll take whatever you can get. So I understand, and no one wants to speak out because they'll be blacklisted. Well, I'm retired, so fuck it. But I think this is unconscionable. And I think that the dance companies, the directors who agreed to do this, here's the thing. So the dance studio that's running this audition, they're making money. But are they paying the directors? Do they pay for the directors and fly the directors out? Unfucking believable. In a day and age, you guys, where now we can put our dancing on a video on YouTube and they can just click on it from the comfort of their own home and watch the dancer and know within 5 seconds if they want to hire them or not. Because when you become a director of a company, you're like, oh, and I'm just talking about right now, talent, right? You're like, oh, you can see they've got the line you like. You can look at the resume, the height's right. It's going to fit with my look in my company, etc. Then it's a matter of personality, right? Are you going to get along with the dancer? Are they going to fit in well with the company? Do they share your company values and things like that? And that's where interviews are involved. You can do those on Zoom too, by the way. You can do trial periods, things like that. But they're going to say, oh no, well, the cost of the audition covers the cost of the class. They're getting a dance class. Fuck you. Fuck you. All right? These dancers are not just taking a class. When you audition and you're taking a class, I remember it. Everything you're not even thinking about improving your dance. You're thinking about, oh my God, are they going to hire me? Oh my God, how skinny am I? Am I skinny enough? 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 Is my turnout how high? You're so stressed. It's not a class. It's a fucking audition. And they're cutting you. They're cutting you. I'm sorry. Casting directors out here, you know what? They're lucky now that they can get auditions in tape form, but the casting director had to either rent the space out themselves or they have a studio that they work in, right? Rent. The actors come. The casting director has the video camera. They're the ones who run the auditions. They're getting paid by the producers. Well, guess what, dance companies? It's interesting. I remember seeing your endowments because I worked on the financial side at Cincinnati Ballet. I remember every dancer had their own sponsor. All of these really wealthy people in Cincinnati. I had my own sponsor couple. It was this old couple. We went to this dinner and they're like, here are your sponsors. And you're sitting there at 19 going, hi. And they're like, who are you? And you're like, who are you? And they're your sponsor, which means they're donating money. It's kind of like when you look at those elephant rescues and they're like, sponsor little truffaluffagus for, $50 a month. You can get personalized photos of your truffaluffagus. That's what they're doing. But I was getting paid $200 a week, okay? And now I'm hearing, since then, there were apprentices and trainees who didn't get paid shit. So they've got this tier system where they're getting basically free labor in these dance companies. I know they're getting money from donations. You've seen their big, beautiful facilities. They've got these gorgeous facilities and a big, beautiful theater and beautiful costumes, but the dancers are starving. What the fuck is up with that? And then you're going to charge dancers to audition? I know I'm getting really angry, you guys, but oh my God, I just am so disappointed because these directors should know better. You should know better. A lot of you came from being a dancer. Has nobody read Maya Plisetskaya's book where she's eating tuna out of a can because the bookers are taking all their money? And you go, oh, well, that's Russia, Georgia. That's not America. America has its own BS going on, okay? Unbelievable. So here's the thing. Gonna breathe. Let's read a couple of comments. Here we go. So I've never agreed with paying for auditions, especially for summer intensives. Yeah, I know. At least the summer intensives, it's for a school, so I don't think you should pay for the audition for the summer intensive because you're going to pay for the intensive. So I agree with you on that. But yeah, I know it's to help the company. No, it's not the dancer's job to help the company. You are their employee. Do employees audition to interview for corporate jobs? They better not. That's some bullshit too, okay? Crazy. And then let's see, over here was the best advice you'll give to beginner ballet dancer. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. Here's the thing. Dancers, if you learn nothing else from today's rant and rage, I want to offer some solutions, okay? So it's not just, it's not right. Here's the thing. How did I get my job with, let me think, with my first job at the St. Louis Opera Theater? I auditioned in St. Louis. I did not pay for that. Through that, the person who was the choreographer for the St. Louis Opera Theater also happened to be the director of Cincinnati Ballet. They liked my work so much at the Opera Theater that they said, hey, I'd like to hire you into Cincinnati Ballet. That's how I got my job at Cincinnati Ballet. Kansas City Ballet, how did I get that job? I was dancing at a summer intensive. They saw me there. They liked me. They said, hey, we need dancers. Come dance with us at Kansas City Ballet. That's how I got that job. When I auditioned for Ballet Hispanico in New York, I don't recall paying for it. I don't think I did, if I'm not mistaken. I will see if I can find in my notes if I did, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. But here's the thing, dancers, you want to work your way around this bullshit, this fucking scam that this company, this studio, dance studio, that I used to dance at for 2 years. So if you go back and look at my previous videos, you'll know the name of the school director and studio I'm talking about, who is charging $400 for you to audition. You go and you see who has open company classes. They don't have open company classes. You start following the company and you see where the director is going to be doing, teaching summer dance. If they're teaching at a summer dance intensive, you're like, oh, but then I still have to pay for the intensive. Well, maybe you can go in and say, hey, I'm just here to take a class. Could I just pay for a class for the day? You got to get really creative, right? You start posting your Instagrams, post you doing class, and tag the company and let them know you're interested. But hold firm. They go, oh, you need to come and take an audition and pay us. No, I'm not available to do that. I'm so sorry, but keep on finding different ways to be seen, because if you're good and they want you, they will take you, and you should not have to pay for this. You should absolutely not have to pay. You don't be rude, be polite. I'm really interested in dancing with this company. It would mean the world to me. Start finding out who are the donors at these companies, because you can find them, right? I mean, when Miami City Ballet screwed Catherine Morgan over, the first thought on my mind was, I hope that she is reaching out to every single one of the donors at Miami City Ballet to let them know what's going on. Some of them may not care, but some of them might, and they list it on every single ballet program. So when you go to your next performance of a ballet company in town, grab the program and hold on to it, because the program's going to tell you all of their sponsors, the sponsors of the theater where they're performing, or if you are in the same city where the ballet company resides, you can also go onto their web pages. A lot of them do that, because why? Sponsors love to put their names on shit. That's why you see the names on the placards at the colleges, whatever. You know how the Sackler family went down, right? I'm not getting into that, but go look it up. The point is, you can find these sponsors, these donors. You can start finding creative ways to reach out to them. You don't just write them up and go, I want to dance with this company, help me. It's like, you got to get creative with this stuff. You got to be in the scene, right? You got to tag them intelligently, not over tag, but work on your craft. Get really fucking good. As Steve Martin says, get so good they cannot ignore you, right? That's what it's about. You get scholarships to those summer dance intensives, and then when you're there, you talk to every single teacher. See if you can get a letter of recommendation from them. Referrals. Those are really good. I did that a lot. I still have all my letters of recommendation. In fact, you know what? When I got let go from Cincinnati Ballet, I went into Victoria Morgan. I said, hey, could you give me a letter of recommendation? And she was like, oh yeah, just write it yourself and I'll sign it. Which is what I did. I wrote my own letter of recommendation. I handed it to her the next day and she signed it. She read it over. Didn't say anything out of normal, like she's the best dancer in the world. It wasn't that. But I knew my work ethic was good. I knew I was a good dancer. You've got to believe in yourself, and you've got to advocate for yourself. And you do not have to pay $400 to be seen by these companies. They're going to tell you that's the way it is, but it doesn't have to be the way it is. I'm dealing with it in stand-up comedy. You know what they say in stand-up comedy? Oh, you have to do bringer shows. Bringer shows are where a comedy club will say, hey, you can come and do 5 to 10 minutes, a 5 to 10 minute set, but only if you bring 10 people, 20 people. You have to bring at least. And if you don't bring 10 people, every person you don't bring, we cut time off of your slot. I don't do bringer shows. I've been invited to do bringer shows at some bigger clubs, and I'm really polite about it. I don't want to be like, fuck you. I'm doing my fuck you here on this video with you guys because I'm no longer trying to be a professional ballerina, okay? And I still might get flack for this, but whatever. I'm in a safe position now to speak out. This is what happens a lot, right? But with the comedy clubs, they come and see this and go, Georgia, how dare you? Well, I don't want to be rude. Look, the comedy club, I don't agree with that practice either. I don't think it's right. I don't. But that's their thing, and if they're not going to stop, then you got to find other ways around it. Same thing with these ballet companies. They're probably not going to stop. They're probably not going to stop charging to look at your videotape or charging for auditions or going to these scams. Fine. then you get creative as a dancer and work your way around it. There are ways. If you ever want to talk to me directly for ideas, I'd be more than happy to help you out, all right? Yeah, I mean, I will do whatever I can to advocate within my power, within the time that I have available, besides all the stuff that I have to do for myself. I have to advocate for myself, right? So it's tough, you guys. It's really tough. And I want to give grace to the dancers out there who are struggling and trying to make a living and trying to pay their freaking rent and all of that. It's ridiculous. And it just blows my mind. Sometimes it just really feels like these dance companies don't give a flying fuck about their dancers. And when I say dance companies, I mean specifically the directors. And you can say, well, you know, we need to hear their side of the story. Great. I'd love to hear their side of the story. Make your own videos and speak out about why it is that you're so shitty to your dancers and why you charge. And I don't want to hear, oh, it helps to cover company costs. Again, not a good enough answer for me. Sorry. No, I don't understand how it's right to charge a starving dancer so you can keep your company open, where they will come and dance for you for basically free and continue to starve. Doesn't make sense. Not to me. All right, so let's read some more comments. Let's see. Charging for dancers, that's unfair. Yep, I agree. Thanks for sharing your story. They really can't charge dancers. I agree. I really get motivated from your story. Thank you, Miriam. I appreciate it. Yeah, Princess Brack, I said it out loud. I did. Broadway and musical auditions never charge for auditions. That's right. Broadway musical auditions never charge for their auditions. No, they do not. And trust me, you know, everyone's struggling. So it's just, I think that it's something that the ballet companies have gotten away with, and nobody's really, again, I reached out to the labor board in Missouri about this. I actually have a response. I had a phone call with the labor board in Missouri, and they basically said no one cares. It's not technically illegal. It's not technically illegal, so, and I got a letter. I have it somewhere. I'll find it and read it, but I got a letter from Kansas City Ballet to, it was either to AGMA or it was to the labor board, and it was this puff piece bullshit letter where they were like, Kansas City Ballet has given so much to the community for years. And I'm like, that you're not answering the question at all. And listen, I trained under Devin Carney. I love Devin Carney. He was super inspiring. He gave me a solo at one of the final productions at Boston Ballet Summer Dance Camp. I really like him. I just don't like some of the things he's doing. But you know what? I can only imagine he would do a video and say, you know what, Georgia, you have no idea what it's like to run a dance company. And he might be entitled to say that. And I'm entitled to disagree with this whole charging for auditions. Find another way. Find another way. You guys do fundraisers. My God, Alvin Ailey, you want to talk about fundraising. Those motherfuckers know how to fundraise, okay? They have a whole second arm in Kansas City. Alvin Ailey's in New York. They're in they've got a whole... I can remember, oh my God, all the wealthy white people in Kansas City would get together for these schmoozy dinners and talk about how they just love Alvin Ailey and they love giving money to the company. It's just so special. Oh my God. And you can just smell the money raining down. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. So, you know, yeah, I'm salty today. I'm super salty. I'm super salty, y'all. Okay, so with that, I will now give myself a ballet bar. At which any trolls who want to come on here and go, oh my God, F you, Georgia, you're not even a dancer, whatever, feel free. I've heard it all in my own head. I am my own worst critic, so have at it. Oh, side note, you'll love this, you guys. So the other day, I went to my last writers group. This group was wonderful. I went to this writers group for years. When I first came out to Los Angeles as an actor, if you're an actor in Los Angeles, a great way to have opportunities to perform. If you're not doing stand-up, which, by the way, I highly recommend stand-up, but if you're not comfortable with that, join some writers groups and come in and say, hey, I'll be a cold reader for your writers group. And you just get to, the writers will hand you the script because they want to see the script on its feet. The pages they've written, they want to hear it. How does it sound? And you as the actor can go in and cold read the script, or you can get it a few days in advance and prepare. This was a wonderful writers group that I went to for years. It was very supportive and I loved it. And you know, there's always problems in anything, but I had already kind of reached the end of my time with this group, and I realized, you know, I'm ready to move on. I have a lot of dear friends in that group who I adore, but the last time I was there, oh my God, and I'd heard some comments like this before. You know, as a younger person, and as a dancer especially, it's like I always relied on other people's opinions. This is something that a lot of humans struggle with, right? Being a people pleaser or needing validation from the outside. And hopefully, as we all continue to get older, you start to realize the validation's got to come from within. because people are going to like you, people are going to hate you, their opinions are going to change. But it's your job to take care of yourself, right? And self-love is really important. I know it's very Oprah, Ellen, any talk show host, but they make a good point in RuPaul. If you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love anybody else? But for me, it was always, do I look skinny? Am I skinny? Am I thin? Am I thin? My mom struggled with eating disorders her whole life because her mom wanted her to be thin. And my mom didn't give a flip. She struggled with it. And I watched her struggle. And then I became a dancer and I struggled, even though I was naturally thin. But during COVID, yeah, I stopped dancing. I put on weight. I did. And I stopped dancing, which means my body shape shifted, right? It went away from being a dancer shape. Well, my writing teacher is an ex-dancer, and she loves dancers, and she just loved that I was a ballet dancer. And she went and she came and saw some of my shows when I was in LA in the beginning, was still dancing professionally. She was so supportive. It was wonderful. But I noticed she notices when you're thin, and she notices when you're not thin. And it's so funny. The other night, she leaned over and she's like, oh, Georgia, have you lost weight? You look so good. No, she started with, you look so good. I'm like, oh, thank you. And then she was like, have you lost weight? Like 4 or 5 pounds, it looks like. And I'm like, why would that matter? And she's like, well, you were starting to look a little juicy. And I said, and is there a problem with that? I mean, do you not like that? And she's like, well, you know, and I'm like, you know, I just cut her off and I changed the subject. I was like, how was New York? They went to New York recently. How was your trip to New York? She's like, well, you know, I gained some weight too. And I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. In my head, I'm thinking that. I didn't say that. I'm like, yep, well, how was New York? And then I wrote her an email later and I'm like, look, Carol. Oh, sorry, I said her name out loud. I love you, Carol, but oh my God. Oh my God. I'm like, look, you can't do this. I mean, you can, but I said, it really hurt my feelings. I've struggled with eating disorders most of my life. And I don't think we should be placing value on someone's skinniness or non-skinniness. And honestly, I had people who were commenting they thought I looked really great, not so skinny. So again, guys, remember, opinions, outside opinions. People are going to judge you if you're one way. People are going to judge you if you're another way. But I had finally gotten to a place where I loved myself regardless of my size. And guys, it took me a long time because body dysmorphia, I've talked about it before on here. I know I'm just ramble, but that's what I'm doing is rambling because it's my channel and I can't. So I know first class, Midwestern, middle class white girl problems, but I cried for months. Just every time I'd look in the mirror and I'd hate myself. And I remember doing this when I was dancing. I would actually hit my body. I would hit my thighs and I'd yell at them and I'd call them names and be like, stupid, horrible, ugly thighs, how dare you? And I'd slap myself. I did all kinds of not stupid, see, even that's mean. I did a lot of things to hurt myself. I was hard on myself. And that, we can't afford to do that, dancers. Gotta be kind to yourself because there's so much judgment coming from the outside as it is. Gotta love yourself. Gotta take care of this body. The more you love this body at whatever size it is at, whether or not you survive a fucking ballet company, you're the one who's living with your body the rest of your life. And the kinder you are to your body, the more you thank it, the more it's going to feel good and continue to be able to work for you. This is it. This is the body we get, you guys. And oh my God, it's amazing what it can do. And finally, I was loving my body and feeling good after months and months and almost years during COVID of just like, oh, don't have that dancer body. And then I kept telling myself, but when I was dancing full time, I thought I was fat. Ridiculous. Sad. Heartbreaking. And here, this teacher says this to me. And I did. It triggered me. And I spiraled. I spiraled for the night, for a minute, for an hour, for a few hours. And then I picked myself back up and I'm like, no, we're not doing this anymore. I'm tired of hating myself all the time for my body. You know? Not worth it. You can either do something about it, go work out, go whatever, try to fix it however you can, but at the same time, just love yourself, right? Not worth it to be hard on yourself. So Miriam just asked a great question. Get this, you guys. Miriam asked, Georgia, what's the ideal weight to ballet? And that's the problem. There is no such thing as an ideal weight in ballet because every body type is different. I forget who did this, if it was Dove. There was a commercial that shows, you can look this up on Google, right? You can look at 10 different people who are the same weight on the scale. And some of them are short, some of them are tall, they have different bone structures, some of them look fat, some of them look skinny. Some of them are the same height, same weight. One of them looks skinny, one of them looks, I shouldn't even say the word fat or skinny. Those words, we need to change this whole vocabulary. But they are differently shaped. One of them looks heavier than the other. Let's put it that way. Because body mass, everyone is so differently shaped. I mean, they talk about conformation in horses, right? You know, for racing and things like that, and showing, and dog shows and things like that. Same thing with dancers. So there is no ideal weight, and that's part of the problem. Dancers will try to use a scale and say, well, once I get below 120, it'll be great. You get to 120 and you're like, really I should be below 110. And then you get to 110 and you're like, And when you're dancing every single day and looking in the mirror every single day at your body, you become so obsessed. Like I still can notice. I'm like, I feel it. I'm a little bit heavier today. It might be a pound. Maybe I'm just water bloated. But you become obsessed. And you'll notice a little bit of, like, today I'm like, oh, wait, how much can I see this? Look, I can see this bone in my arm. That's a good sign. But wait, but see how the skin is going down? This needs to be waist. I would measure my arms for days and go, wait, every day. It's insanity. Okay? To me, and I say this with love because remember, I did this for years. So I don't mean to judge. I'm just saying what a waste of time and energy that could be spent dancing and enjoying life and enjoying the body you have for however many years or days or months or hours you're on this planet or on this go around, okay? So there is no ideal weight. You can look at, this is all opinion. Some companies, I mean, in the old days, they preferred a different shaped ballerina. You look at the Degas dancers and the way they were shaped. You look at the Balanchine dancers and the way they were shaped. You can look at it in ballet companies today. Some companies prefer longer leg dancers. Some companies prefer more compact dancers. It depends on the style of dance, the type of dance, if there's faster footwork. And it's difficult if you are a certain... But I've seen really tall dancers totally kill fast petit battement. And short dancers really kill on the long adagio. It's just there's so many things involved. Now, I can understand you want in a Swan Lake, when you've got 2 rows of corps de ballet dancers on either side, it's nice to have them all the same height because it's visually pleasing. I understand they want that look versus the tall, short, short, tall. But you could do short to tall. That would work. Hint, hint, just a thought. Or tall to short on those lines. It's an idea, but it's not my company. You want to make changes, then you go be the director. I understand. That was a great question. Here's another one. As a comedian, how was your experience? Okay, guys, I love being a comedian. Is there a lot of toxicity? Of course there is. This is the thing I'm learning. There was toxicity at the roofing manufacturing company I worked at. There was absolutely toxicity in the ballet companies I danced with. But when you first get into it, you're like, okay, how much of this can I change? How much of this is me? Meaning, can you roll with it? How much can you roll with it? How much can't you roll with? I've talked about this before. If you're going to be a company dancer, do you have the company mentality? I don't. And I'm not saying I'm a good person or a better person. I'm not. I'm sure that I was a pain in the ass to some of those people and to some of the dancers. I was not likable. I was moody. I didn't understand about anxiety and depression and ADHD and all that stuff and perfectionism. And I'm sure I came off as a royal bitch to some of them. So, it wasn't a good fit. But at the same time, maybe I would have found a company if I'd kept going, or you luck into it, that I would have found my tribe. I mean, you got to find your tribe, and sometimes you'll find a company and you get along with it. And that's where I personally feel like if I were a company director, I would hire dancers for a minimum of 2 contract seasons. Minimum 2 contract seasons, just unnegotiable. That's it. They get injured, tough shit, that's your gamble. But you've got to, because it takes at least a couple years just to settle in. The first year, you don't even know who you're going to make friends with. It's so scary. You're just trying to catch up with the repertoire. And, if you're a young dancer, because a lot of these new dancers are really young, because they're much easier to pay or not pay at all and pay cheaply and push around. And, the younger dancer can work for hours and hours and hours and hours. I understand. The older ones start saying, hey, I need more breaks. That must be frustrating. Yeah. So minimum two, I'd say 2 years, but as we all know, contracts usually only run 32 freaking weeks because they can't afford it. Now, it'd be interesting if they took on the Franklin method where every 12 weeks or 14 weeks, you'd take 2 weeks off. Now, that'd be great. So then you'd be working all year round, but throughout the year, you would take these 2 weeks off for your body to rest and recuperate. So then maybe it could still be a 30-something week contract, but it wouldn't be all squished together. That'd be interesting. And are other companies doing this? Maybe. I need to do more research. If anyone knows of a company that is a positive experience and they love it, please let me know. I'm looking for it, but I haven't seen them, okay? And maybe it's only because the complainers are out and, and the non-complainers keep their mouths shut. I don't know. I need to do more research. I will admit that. But as a comedian, I love it because I am finding my tribe. And there is a lot of change happening in the stand-up comedy world. I mean, we need to change it from stand-up anyway because that's ableist, I know. But a lot of women, a lot of non-binary, a lot of trans, a lot of color, a lot of basically not white dudes are coming into the space. And a lot of the white dudes are great too. It's just, there's a lot of other people coming in, which is wonderful. And they are challenging a lot of the norms in the comedy scene, and I like that. I think it's exciting. I get to meet new people almost every single time I go up. There is always a mic available. Always. Now, some of them you have to pay, you pay $5 for an open mic. But once you get to know people, if you work the scene and you make friends and then you say, hey, you got any spaces open on your mic coming up? I'd love to come in and do a set. Then you work on your routine. It's wonderful. I think for actors and you know what, dancers too, I recommend you do a stand-up mic. Yes, you're going to bomb. It's going to be terrifying. It's going to be horrible. Oh my God. No one fucking cares, okay? You get up there, use your voice. It is so empowering. Once you do that, you can do anything. That's how I feel about it. So that's how I feel it is. That's my experience. McIntyre says, you mentioned that weight gaining could be hard for a dancer. Does your athletic background help you to maintain your weight? For me, yes, it does. I also have the luck of genetics. I have my mom's genetics and my dad's genetics. And my dad's side is just naturally in as far as body shape. Even when I gain weight, I still am naturally a little bit leaner, and it takes a little longer for me to get back to the shape that I feel comfortable in, a little bit longer than it did when I was in my 20s, but it's still pretty easy for me. Basically, for me, I feel really lucky. I cut out fast food for a couple of months and work out 2 to 3 times a week. It's pretty easy for me to kind of just get to a naturally leaner shape, and then if I really want to work out more, if I get into an intense workout, then it comes together pretty quickly for me. And I personally think that that's half genetics and half the fact that I have been doing athletic stuff for most of my life. So when they say it's like riding a bike, well, it kind of is. Like your body remembers and goes, oh, I remember doing this tandu 1,000 times. So it's a muscle memory. That does help. Hold on, I want to read over here quick. Princess says, I hate how some companies have a set height. Yep, you can't control your height. And I think it's stupid that some people think tall dancers aren't as graceful in female roles. I agree. And to that I say, again, you either have to find the companies, if you want that company life, you have to find the companies that do want your height, or you start your own company. Or you find someone who does want to start a company and you say, great, I'll help make it happen, but I want to be the dancer, you be the this, you be the that. That's how companies get started, It's crazy. It's not easy. And then, yep, you have that book too. It's a good book. Yep. All right, I think that's it for now. Again, I'm going to do a little bit of bar. Keep putting your questions in, all right? Please feel free, or your comments or concerns, and I will check back in, every few exercises or so, but I just need to give myself a bar, and doing it here in front of you guys is super humbling, but I want to enjoy my dance floor a few more times, and I think I will try and do a live jazz class, maybe. Should I? I just want to do one more before I start piling things, because I need to use this space and put stuff on it for the things that we are preparing for. Let's put it this way. If you want to do a jazz class with me, I'm just going to basically be putting on Rick Atwell's famous, if you don't know who Rick Atwell is, you're lost. Famous, fabulous jazz choreographer and teacher and my mentor in New York. And he's no longer there now. He has since retired, but I have his class, so I'm just going to take it. And I'll put the live stream on, and y'all can watch. So maybe tonight I'll throw that on, So check back, take a peek, and see if I'm doing it. Yep, Princess says that's how Catherine started Catherine Morgan and Friends. See, exactly. It takes a village. And if, I think the way Miami Ballet treated Catherine Morgan was absolutely horrible. And also, sadly, not surprising in the least. I mean, I saw what happened to her and I'm like, yep, that sounds about right. I remember that. And you go, well, other dancers didn't experience that. And what I have to say to that is, what I noticed when I was in the companies, it's kind of like in corporate America, about middle management, how middle management always just seems to do and I don't want to say this in a mean way, but I'm just going to say it. It feels like they do the bare minimum and they just kind of slide through unnoticed and they keep their jobs and they're not spectacular, but they're not fully shitty. So they just sort of slide through. That's how I felt about a lot of the dancers that I saw in the companies that I danced in. The ones who lasted. Not all of them. There were some standouts who knew how to play the game. But the majority of the dancers just kind of kept their heads down. They did their work. They showed up. They didn't complain. They didn't really... And they came and went, And I'm not wired that way. At least not yet. I don't know. I never have been very well. And it's not for everybody. So, you got to have to kind of learn that about yourself. Oh my gosh. Hi, Marty. I'm glad you're here. It's so good to see you. And Princess, I'm glad you called them out on your account. That's awesome. Again, if I had more time and money and resources, and well, that's not true. If I still felt really hot about it, I would have absolutely taken more time to go after the sponsors of Miami City Ballet and said, guys, how are you allowing this to happen? But in the long run, some of them just don't care, and some of them may care. But ultimately, what I love is what came out of it was that Catherine Morgan is now starting her own, she's got her summer program. She's got her Catherine Morgan and Friends. I think she's going to be a force of nature in the dance community. And I hope that it will continue to be a force of nature for good, because she is someone who is passionate about it. You've seen she has classes and things that I'm not doing, things that for me, I'm like, no, I want to go in this direction, but I'm still passionate about ballet. But she's the one who's in the trenches doing the work. And I give her so much credit for that. And let's not forget, she danced with goddamn New York City Ballet. Diva! So, yep. Awesome. That's who we want. That's someone who's been in the trenches and is now back in the trenches from another position and still dancing professionally. I mean, it's just all the feels. All the stuff. It's really great. So, yep. Okay, now, anything else? Which kind of comedy shows that you used to watch? For Mr. McIntyre, that's a good question. I watch whatever interests me. I watch a lot of content. So if I scroll past and it interests me, I watch it. But if you want to know who my favorite, influences are, it's the obvious to me, but whatever. Carol Burnett. Lucille Ball. Betty White. Right? B. Arthur. I mean, the people that I'm watching right now who I think are fucking incredible, Maria Bamford. Oh my God, that woman is she's amazing. Jackie Cation, amazing. And Lori Kilmartin. Lori Kilmartin is fucking phenomenal. That lady, I mean, she gets up there, both of them, she and Jackie get up, you'll see a lineup of like, white man, Lori Kilmartin. And it's just, she just goes in there and slays. I just discovered Pink Fox. Pink Fox is a trans comedian. They are fucking tight. I mean, they just make it look easy. Chris Riggins. These are current comedians, okay? If you want to know about, I'm getting more into more of the current ones right now. Sarah Silverman, for sure. These are bigger names, I know. There's lots of up-and-coming comedians who I love that I'm watching that you won't know them yet, but you will. I really like Joe Coy. I really like, but, the greats, yeah, George Carlin, fuck yeah. Robin Williams, yes, absolutely. Jim Carrey, yes. Richard Pryor, yes. So the list goes on and on and on. What drives me nuts, I mean, maybe it's like the ballet world too, but I think so even more in stand-up with like, oh, don't you know so-and-so? And you're like, oh God, I got to add to the list. I'll go watch them too. Yes, we'll add to the list. Yes, Marty's saying SNL. I know, right? Yep. Old school SNL for me, thank you very much. When I say old school, I mean back in the day of Raw Bits, Eddie fucking Murphy. Yeah. If you all haven't seen I Am Dolomite or My Name is Dolomite, Is it My Name is Dolomite? It's Eddie Murphy doing the story of Dolomite, right? It's fabulous. I love that movie. I've watched it over and over and over again. Anyways, Miriam is asking, can you give a hint? What's your upcoming location for stretch workout? Oh, great. I can't give a hint yet. I'm so excited, but I can't. But I really am wanting to work in a full schedule where I get a set schedule, X times per week. I will be showing up, doing a bar, doing a class, things like that. It's going to take infrastructure and time. So I'm working on that. But I cannot wait to tell you. But no hints. No hints. Has to be secret. Can't tell you yet. I'll see if I can do some videos from my living room. It's just not going to be the dance floor. So with all that being said, I need to get dancing because my hips, oh my God, my hips are killing me because I've been sitting too much lately. It's driving me nuts. I got to work out. So enjoy yourselves. Hopefully you can hear. Hopefully you can see. I'm wearing what I'm wearing, and that's all there is to it. Tough kabuchis. Let's see. What are we going to do first? You know what? I'm going to do a full kind of setup here. So you all can choose to stay and watch or not. You guys got a lot of kvetching today. Lots of kvetching. Kvetch, kvetch, kvetch. Fetch, fetch, kvetch. All right, you're going to see behind the curtain a bit, y'all. I keep my little cubby, which also, incidentally, I will be selling the cubby. There's the cubby, oh my God. Like, wait a minute, what is that broken foot thing there? Yeah, okay. I don't know if YouTube's going to ping me for using this music. Tough doo-doos. Tough doo-doos. I got that ready. So, first things first, as usual, I really do like to ask my body how it's doing. How's my body doing? I'm not even in a ballet outfit today. Oh no. Terrible. Terrible. Too bad. Yeah. So, how is my body feeling? So, this is something great that I learned from my acting mentor, Mary Boyer. She's amazing. She now has her own theater company in Ohio called Lakeside Theater Company, I believe it is. So we did an exercise where you bounce and you shake. This might be somatic movement. I like doing this because it just sort of wakes things up. And that's what I feel like doing today. I've got tightness in my hips. I shouldn't be talking while I'm doing this, but I'm doing this because I'm doing this. So there you go. Good, better, best. That's another thing Mary Boyer taught me. Good, better, best. Instead of right and wrong or perfect and imperfect, good, better, best. So it starts at good and you just get better and then you get to best or even higher. There was a famous ballerina, I don't remember her name, who would say, she would say perfect and then she would say brilliant if it was like even more perfect. I mean, you find your way, but the point is, it's not a matter of good or bad or right or wrong. It's just constant improvement. So I can feel that. I'm feeling the hips. Again, so much tightness in here. Really, I could roll it out with some balls, but I think I'm going to just try to oil them up a little bit, right? And my shoulders, I can feel some tension in here. They've been pulling forward. And my head, yep, it's the usual culprits for me. You get to where you kind of know your body. So just feeling it out. Yep, that's feeling pretty good. How else? How are the feet? The feet are feeling underworked. I wore some platform shoes last night and walked for an extended amount of time, which since COVID I have not had to do that a lot, and my feet were like, I'm sorry, what are we doing? They were not happy about it, so they're feeling better now. So that's good. All right. How's my back feeling? Let's check that out. We're going to do a slow roll down. Again, I'm keeping it parallel, but kind of far apart. Always keeping the knees a little bent, right? Because especially I have hyperextended knees. It's really easy to want to sit back into them, which actually then you're releasing all of these muscles. They're not engaged. Just keeping it here and then keeping it bent. Now I feel like I'm just in a more neutral position. Oh, wow. So I'm feeling lots of tightness in here. Okay. Yeah. Belly, yes. Belly. A little bouncing here. That's good. How's it feeling down here? Better. Let's see if I straighten my knees. Yep. So it's better. I still have a bit of a hamstring problem. I got to be mindful of that today, you guys. But I feel tightness in my calves. So, okay, slowly rolling up. And then how are my obliques feeling? Yeah, they're a little, All right, so what I'm sensing is some tightness in my hips, calves, lower to mid back, and then upper area. All right, based on that, I should do a full Pilates class. That's what I should do, but I'm not gonna, because sometimes you walk in and you have to get going on ballet class. Let's, I'm not gonna jump yet, so let's move this out of the way. Bye-bye. Okay. Yeah, I know. I love you, trampoline. All right. Let's pull this forward a bit. I'm going to just do a little bit of waking the hips up. Oh, sometimes just laying flat on the ground and letting all the parts of your body kind of melt into it, it's just so good. It's like a reset. Mm-hmm. Sort of getting these hip bones moving a little. Pressing into my feet to do this, by the way. I'm not engaging any butt muscles yet. All right. And also thinking about kind of scooping in the belly. Using visual cues are great for me. Visual cues and verbal cues, that really helps. Something now I can feel it. You really, if you ask your body what it needs and you listen, oftentimes it will tell you. Like just this little stretch here. When you're hypermobile, you can really push your stretch really far, but sometimes that's not what the body wants. It just wants a gentle, non-fancy, non-overstretched stretch. And right now I'm just getting a nice light stretch down the side of my waist, going across my hip into my upper thigh. And it feels really nice, you guys. Really nice. All right, now I'm going to think about my sits bone is going to have like a magnet out of the floor. A magnet is, wow, it is attracting my sits bone, my right sits bone, down into the floor. Oh, that feels good. And then it drags the legs back into position. It's really interesting to do these kinds of visual cues because it engages different muscles that you don't even, remember you have sometimes. Now on this side, let's see. There we go. Look at that. I just did a slight change in my foot position. I don't know if you can see that. But instead of being here, when I let the foot go to here, again, a slight shift, and I feel a different stretch in here. It's subtle, but it's meaningful. I feel like I'm very gently allowing these tendons in my hip area to release and relax, to melt. Using color cues is also great. Like if you think about like whatever color you like the best, like I love raspberry. And if I think of like a big glob, a big delicious shiny glob, a drop, you could say even, of raspberry sauce is being poured from this lovely thing. It's just this delicious raspberry sauce is being poured over my hip. And it's dripping over my hip. And it's cool. Maybe you want it to be warm. Tell yourself it's warm raspberry sauce. I want it to be a cool raspberry sauce. Melting over my hip. Oh, that feels so good. And now my mouth is watering for raspberry sauce. I can think of breathing in and that raspberry color is fading and I'm slurping that raspberry color out of my hip and it's fading to white. And then when I breathe out, that raspberry color is bleeding back into my hip and spreading all over my body from that focal point. Now again, where I wanted to start, what I want to do, if I go too fast, is I want to start using my right hip to push back into that neutral position. But again, I'm going to stop and go, wait, no, there's a magnet in the floor right under my sits bone. And it's magnetizing my sits bone. Or you could say there's a string from your sits bone and someone is pulling from below the floor. They're pulling that string. There it is. To pull that sits bone back down. Oh, that is so good. Oh, you guys. That feels so good. Already my hips feel a little less stressed. Yes! Okay. Now I'm going to do a slow roll up. Again, I'm pushing into my feet to get into a little bridge here. Oh, yeah. Oh, my lower back does not. You see, I didn't even go into full bridge. Yep. Nope, we're not doing that yet. No, we're not doing that. Okay. Okay. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Now, just this little bit even is helpful for me before I start my ballet bar. I can't tell you the number of times I would race into class and just start ballet bar. And sometimes you have to, but you want to go easy on your body and, just start oiling the joints. The things that you do in your 10s, teens, and 20s, you will feel later in life. You won't feel it then necessarily. You'll be like, oh, it's fine. Trust me, it all adds up. It really does. So take care of your body. And I remember when the older dancers told me, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna live forever. It's not gonna happen to me. Ha! Yeah, well, guess what? I feel very lucky to still be dancing and walking and jumping and all those things. But, it takes effort. So now I'm going to do this thing. I love to do this. I'm just waking my hips up. Just waking my rotators up, okay? That's it. I don't want to do a full hardcore workout-y thingy. I've got space here, right, between my hip bone and my rib cage. Trying to keep these in line. Sticking my butt out, okay? My knees are together. Got my hand here. I just want to wake them up for pliés. That's it. We're just going, hey. These are the famous clams or clamshells. I forget what they call them, but just my shoulder back. And I'm just saying, hey guys, hey rotators, wakey wakey. It usually takes about 10 of these for me to suddenly kind of feel the muscles activate. The first couple, it's kind of like, they're like asleep. They're like, and if I'm not careful, I can feel my hip flexors want to overwork. It's like, nope, just think about it starting from, yes, there we, oh, look at that. They're already waking up at clamshell number 4. Love it. Activate. Clamshell, activate. Nope, that one the hips took over. That's 5. Maybe I should bring them in front. See, look at that. Let's try bringing them in front a little bit. There we go. That's better. Now I'm feeling it. Look at that. Sometimes that's all you need to do is bring your knees forward. And suddenly, my rotators are working. There's muscles in your butt and things you never thought took notice of. You rotate and suddenly you're ready to plie. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, they're already getting tired because again, I have not worked out in a few days. My body's like, I'm tired. I don't want to. Okay, that's fine. So let's get on to the other side. Can you tell that I do voices? Yes, I do. All right. Which I should do a little side plug. Side plug, in case you didn't know already. Next Sunday, that's September 3rd, 9/3, because 9 is divisible by 3. On YouTube, on Movie Boys channel, MOOVIEBOY, we are premiering the first episode of SpongeBob's Burgers. And you say, Georgia, what is SpongeBob Burgers? It is a fanimation that my partner Tom and I have made. It is a mashup of SpongeBob SquarePants and Bob's Burgers. And we wrote the script, and he's doing all the animation, and we are both doing all the voices, and I made the song. We are so excited. And it is a labor of love. It is for fun. That is it. If you want more details, keep an eye out on I don't post as much about that here for my Ballerina Badass channel, but you can check my Instagram, George Iffy, for more details. Just posted a live there today from earlier. That's why my voice is a little tired. This one, it's interesting. I'm not feeling any tightness in the hip right now. Let's focus. There it is. There it is. I'm feeling it right in there. It's just waking up. That's all we're trying to do is just waking up. Just waking up in the morning, got a fun thought. I don't know, but today seems like a ballet day. Yes. I just butchered an ice cube lap. I know, sacrilege. Yeah. Terrible. There we go. Oh, look at that. Yep. One more. There it is. There it is. Yep. Yep, we're stopping there. Okay, good. Oh, a little stretchy stretch. Let's see what the back is doing. Oh, I haven't done push-ups in a while either. Yep. All right. Now I think we can do a little ballet bar. I don't know how far I'll get in the ballet bar. We shall see. And cat-cow is good. Yep, that's good. Excuse me. Let's move a little forward. Oh, let's get these calves stretched out a bit. Oh, yeah. Pedaling is always a good one for me. There we go. Yep. Oh, it feels so good, you guys. Oh my gosh. I know, aren't you just thrilled to know that? Let's see if I can do any push-ups at all. That's it. 4. One more. And I can do smaller ones, but, you know, that's not the same. Okay. Good. Head roll. Yep. Oh, we got definitely tension in there, people. All right, but now I can tell I am stalling. You know that moment when you realize, I'm stalling. I will come and check comments quick, and then we will get to the ball. Get to the ball. Get to the ball. Oh, you guys. I'm going to miss my little dance floor. But good, better, best. Onward and upward. And I need to wash this mattress. Oh, little mattress. Mattress. What the heck am I saying? Yoga mat. Yoga mat. There we go. Let's put you over here. Boop. All right, we're checking the notes. Checking the notes. What do we have? How about stretch online? Yes, yes. Yeah, exactly. I need to get into stretching online. Good. Anything over here really quick? Nah, I'm checking. Do I like silent comedy, Mr. Bean, or Chaplin? Yes, Chaplin's work is incredible. I am a fan of that. And also the Three Stooges. What kind of shoes am I wearing for my comfort nowadays? I don't wear shoes a lot, honestly. And then when I'm at home, I swap between these New Balance running shoes, some Crocs, and then some off-brand Uggs. Yeah, so that's it for comfort. And then, but most of the time I'm barefoot. And then when I go out, I wear my cowboy boots, I wear my platforms, I wear my low boots, whatever. Yeah, that's kind of it. All right, here we go. Oh, that's really pretty. In the middle of the video, yeah. Okay. And we covered this a bit. Oh, let's do this. That way it looks pretty. Oh, it looks so pretty. Hurrah! Okay. Stay hydrated, people. Brace this a bit. There you go. again. Woo. Alright, I gotta fix this. feeling that full foot melt into the floor in each area. In each part of this step helps me. Are you breathing? I forget. Feel tightness in that Achilles, go for a plie. Or keep it flexed, right? Lifting up out of that standing leg, lifting up out of that standing leg up. Don't let that standing foot roll. Just taking it easy today, guys. All right, other side. making comments. Oh, Stephanie, you're here again. Hi, Steph! Just giving myself some bar. You missed the rant. It was fun. How long has the stream been going? Is this the first warm-up tendu or after pliés? This is the after pliés. Cap Dan, thanks for being here. Miriam, during your leg workout, have you felt any improvement in your ankle? Yeah, the ankle's feeling great. No problems with the ankle. So hooray on that. For anyone who doesn't know, I twisted my ankle back in March. It's just a twist, so I was lucky, but you know, it takes time to come back from that. So yeah, I'm just giving myself bar now. I ranted. This live stream will be available later. I don't know if it'll get taken down or not, but I ranted about, you know, the state of dance companies auditioning and making dancers paid audition and all that nonsense. But in the meantime, yeah, giving myself some bar. Again, this is going to be one of my last garage studio live streams. I'm selling the garage studio bits, and it's a secret. In the beginning of October, I'll be able to tell you where I'm going to be next. So we'll see what I can do in the meantime to keep making really great content for you guys. So let's get on. We're now getting into a nice slow dégagé. But I have a problem with this shoe. These shoes are old. Yes, I know. I need to get new ones. But this has something in it. Oh, you. Yeah, you're bothering me. You get out of there. It's like a pad. Taking out the pad. There we go. That's better. We're sweating it up today. No. Yep. Keeping it really basic, you guys. Always finish every combination. Finish it, finish it, finish it. Then go to the other side. That's my take, at least. I didn't start that as well. Woo! Doing great here. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. That's what we do. Okay, let's try this. Let's see what happens. Keep breathing. Yeah, okay. Whew. Trying to get those arms in line and I can feel my left foot is getting sleepy. Oh, I did the wrong way. That's okay. Keep going. Hold. Hold, hold, hold. Reach, stretch, point. Oh, finish. Woo! Oh, yeah. Look at that. We're only at dégagé and we're like, what are we doing? Yeah. Everyone knows what I'm doing. If you're a dancer, you know. One jambe en l'air, double en l'air, close. All right, that's gonna be good. All right, checking. Checking. I'm making a cup of tea and joining class in my kitchen, wearing my house slippers. Hell yeah, Captain, do it. Love it. Do it where you gotta do it. That's right. That's This should be a ballet move. Okay, here we go. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. There it is. Remember, both knees straighten at the same time. On your. Put it on. Again. This is the part where you're like, again? No! See that cheat I did? Haha. There it is. Double pop. Oh, no, you don't. You'll notice I'm not holding up there very long. Lost those muscles. Did I ever have them? Keep lifted. Keep breathing. Stay above it all. In the clouds. Oh, can only imagine that arabesque. Finish. Boom. When in doubt, y'all. Finish. Mark of a really clean, good professional dancer. No matter what. Fall on your face, get up, finish. All right. The hips are saying, what are we doing? So we're going to stop. You know, in fact, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm doing it. In the middle of my class, are you kidding? Yes, I am. Here we go. Over here. No. How do I get back to the... You go away. Yes. Now I go here. Oh, yeah, we need rest. And we need something to shake it out. We're going to shake it out with something. That's a long song. Hold on, we need to find a short song. Shorter. Come on. Okay, let's see. This song is too long, but I'm going to put it on partway. And we'll... There. Just got to do this for my hips. Here we go. So if you're doing your own class, just stop. I feel that tension. Tension from trying too hard. Tension from being out of shape. My body's starting to go, oh my God. So I'm just letting it relax. Just doing hippie swings. Hippie swings, y'all. Hippie. Letting it go. Oh my God. Shaking it. I know, super dorky. Shaking it. Shaking it. All right. Get some heads. Keep breathing. And side. Tilting. Let those arms hang. Okay, we're showing it. That's right. Overheating, it's okay. Keep breathing. And hang. Let it hang. Woo! See that, guys? It's hot out. Gotta be careful. There we go. Ah, it feels good. Gotta do you, y'all. Ah. All right, that feels better. Woo! All right, so here's the deal. I've been doing this long enough to know I have to pause. I have to stop. I'm not doing any more of this bar. What I should do is come back tomorrow and do the bar again and go a little further. But it's really hot and humid in here. I'm super out of shape ballet-wise. Not saying I don't like the way I look. I actually do like the way I look. But I can feel it. I feel that yarfiness coming up because this is what's happened. In the past, I would go to a dance class and about a third to half of the way through, I would suddenly get dizzy, almost black out, want to throw up because I would just think, I'll just jump back into dance class. It'll be fine. And it's not. And then you have to lay down in the corner and you feel embarrassed. And they're all very nice about it. But I don't want to go through that today. So probably I won't do a jazz class tonight. Maybe tomorrow morning, though, before I start covering this floor up. I don't know. I'll try and figure it out, you guys. But I'm going to stop right now. The other thing I'm feeling, so my hamstring is starting to react a bit. I really, for those fondues, I really went for it. And it felt great. But at the same time, my body's going, excuse me, we need you to go take it easy a little bit longer before you just go willy-nilly back into the whole thing. So that's where I'm at. You guys are getting all the nitty-gritty. The yich, yak, and bluchy blach. So, you do what you gotta do. You know what? I'm calling it, because we've been going now for almost 2 hours. Before I go, are there any other major questions anybody has, or concerns, or events they need to make? We covered several things today. So we talked about, if you haven't already, be sure to check out my latest video on YouTube. It is all about performing the Dying Swan. This is a requested video. If you want specific coaching on the Dying Swan from me, you need to email me directly. The information's in the description box below, and I'd be happy to help you out with that. But the video is much more about how you as an artist want to think about approaching the role, using inspiration from other dancers, thinking about, you know, if you're doing this for you or are you doing it for a company? Do you have a director directing you because they're going to change your moves? The solo that I did back in 2016 got changed quite a bit per the director's wishes, and it was okay. You make it work, you know, you do what you got to do. But these are all things to consider when you're doing a role. Where are you doing it? The location is important. If you're guesting somewhere, you want to think about those things, and then know in the moment, again, and you've seen this in videos, you'll see, gosh, who was it? One of those dances where they had to dance the Sugar Plum Fairy, and it was on like a floor half the size of this floor behind me, and so they had to really change the choreography on the fly in the moment. And you get to the point where you realize, look, in the dance community, yeah, we all know, we all can see when you've got a dancer who can do multiple tricks and use up the space and all that, but the majority of people out there don't have any clue. All they see is a pretty dancer in a tutu or you know, tights and a jackets or whatever costume you're wearing. They see the costume, they see a dancer dancing around, they're fascinated. You could just stand there. If you're doing it with meaning and intention, if you are performing with intention, whatever intention it needs to be, and it's authentic, trust me, they'll feel it. And when I say authentic, I've even had actors who are like, they've gotten bitter. Sorry, I cut open a cut and now I'm licking the blood. That's disgusting. But this actor got to the point where they'd been acting for so long. This dude was like in his 60s. He's like, it doesn't have to be authentic. Sometimes you just need to hit the mark, say the line. You learn how to say it in a certain cadence. You learn how to kind of fake it. So there are going to be performances like that, and they'll still enjoy it. But if you can, you know, put your own spin on it. Put your love into it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy every time you get an opportunity to perform, even if it's in your backyard. Those are some of my favorites, right? You put on the good music on a speaker that you can hear, or you put it on your headphones, whatever, and you dance around. It's pretty magical. But I think that's it for today. We also, yes, we did. We also covered the fact that, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many other dancers and people out there, dancers should not be paying for auditions. If you have a company you want to join, if you have a question about auditioning and you would like to know more, feel free, again, to reach out to me. I love discussing this, and I love encouraging dancers to go for what they want. And you don't always have to follow the rules. And by rules, I don't mean like, you know, hurting anybody, and not that way. But, you know, sometimes you got to break the rules and do your own thing to get to where you want to go in a way that feels good to you, right? And I don't think any dancer should have to pay $400 to audition for a bunch of companies. That is some major BS to me. So there's that. And then we covered, this will, I am doing a secret thing so that by October 1st, I'll be able to tell you guys where the new studio will be and what's going on. And then, yeah, I think that's everything. And then doing this dance class. So you see me doing it. You see on here all these videos, me just making an effort. Days where you don't feel like doing it, days where you do feel like doing it. That's that way when you're in a company. It's that way when you're not in a company. It's that way when you're a parent. It's that way for everybody. Everybody has days they just don't want to. You don't want to adult. You don't want to parent. You don't want a child. You don't like be a, you know, like you just don't want to. You just don't want to. And you got to do self-care. You got to do what you have to do. Some days you got to push through, and then you need to make up for it later by doing something really nice for yourself. You know, I'll do a little warm down here before I go, and then we will wrap it up. Yeah, Cap Dan, I agree. It absolutely should be illegal. And I think, again, if more dancers had time and resources, they would change the laws, you know, to make it illegal, actually actionably illegal for ballet companies and dance companies to charge for auditions. I think it is a travesty. But in the meantime, keep sharing the posts, keep commenting on it, keep calling them out, because the more we call them out, you know, that can be at least some momentum for change. I think. Oh my gosh. So you want to thank your body at the end of every day, guys, for sure. Let me pull this down a bit for my YouTubers. There we go. I know you're like, what is that? It's from the trampoline. Okay. There we go. Again, if you're in the Southern California area and you would like to purchase this stage and Marley floor and then the mirrored doors behind it that I've used as mirrors, and you're in Southern California, you have to be there, let me know. Contact me and we can talk about it. So I'm thanking my body. Body, thank you so much. We did pliés. We did fondues. We did épaulement. It was amazing. Oh my gosh. Did we do big jumps across my body? Like, we didn't do big jumps across the floor. That's my favorite thing. I'm like, I know. Don't you worry. We'll get back into a nice big studio again soon. But right now we just gotta get things moving again, little body. Body's like, oh, thank you, hamstrings, for holding up and for feeling a little better today. Thank you, hips, for continuing to work for me. Thank you, knees. Thank you, ankles. And thank you, shoulders and back and head. Oh, thank you all so much. I love you, body. I love you. I'm so sorry I've been so hard on you for so many years. Really good to apologize to yourself sometimes. In a, in a positive way, right? I'm so sorry. I forgive you for not being Svetlana Zakharova. I forgive you for not being perfect. And hopefully my body forgives me for being so hard on it, because I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to be nice to it. Yeah. Another nice way to shake out, I love this, is you lay on your back and you shake everything. Oh, it feels so good. You guys, shake it. Sometimes I like doing this first thing in the morning when I first get up, right? You just really get things shaken. The ankles get shaken. You do it for about a minute. Keep breathing. That was about 30 seconds. That's enough for me for now. Love that. Now, I haven't done splits in a while. We could give it a shot. Although, with the hamstring, I don't know. We'll see. Let's maybe just do this for now. Do that. A little partial stretch, reaching through that foot down, away from the hip. I can get about that far safely. Notice, though, the knee is still bent, because I do not want to put that pressure on the hamstring. I'm going to press into my hand here with the heel of my foot. That feels really good. I'm getting a nice stretch in here. Oh, it feels nice. Let it go. Don't overdo it. Now, if I bend this knee and scrunch my back, then I can kind of fake this guy, but that's horrible alignment, right? Put the hips back down. See, this foot normally is almost over my head. That's where I normally am stretch-wise. And right now, she, they, it is like, no, thank you. Oh, if I cheat, that's about, yeah. Nope, it does not want to go any further. Again, there's good pain and bad pain. You might say, Jordan, there's no good pain. Well, there's that burn, but that exercise burn kind of thing. But danger pain, do not mess around with danger pain, people, okay? Let's see how this leg's doing. Again, I haven't done it in a while. Start here. Oh, that feels good. Oh, now get that back stretched out. See? Yeah. Boy, Georgia hasn't stretched in a while. Gotta keep stretching, people. And stretching, someone was saying this on a TikTok, it's true. You want to relax into that stretch. If you're pushing but still tense, in the long run, I don't think it's as good for you. This foot used to be here, people. Have pity on me. Don't have any pity on me. 0. Just gonna hang out for a little bit. Oh, that feels good. Yes, it does. I know. My body's like, wait a minute, what? Sometimes I can feel my body. I've said this in other videos where it's like, no! Like I can feel a psychic, energetic, like, whatever you want to call it, like energetic no from my body. It's just like, I do not want to do this. Right now, I do not want to ballet. For a while there, it just did not want to ballet at all. It just, yeah, I can't describe it. Psychic. It's incredible. Okay, then we will not. Oh, you guys. You guys, I hope you're on your sofas at home languishing and doing some nice light stretching, not pushing, being kind to your bodies. This is so good. So good! Feeling that nice stretch off right down there in that lower back area. Yeah. Woo. Good. Just pick my head up. I love doing this. Make your head dead weight in your hands and then just let it hang in your hands. Oh, it feels amazing. Being careful not to overstretch your neck. Oh, you guys. So funny, I do this and I'm like, I need to be doing this every day. Ho ho. Which leads me to believe maybe I can't, maybe I do have to keep making some more videos on, maybe I need to keep the stage a little longer. I need the space for organizing, but I also want to keep doing this. Problems. Quality problems. Oh, you guys. Alright, letting that loose. Oh, that feels good. Little arm stretch. Remember, if you want to get your splits lower, get a neck and shoulder massage. You release those neck and shoulder muscles, it helps release your lower body. It's all connected. Surprise, surprise, people. Isn't that amazing? It really is. Whew. Thank you for letting me vent earlier. Not that you had much of a choice, but man, seeing other studios who should know better, taking advantage of dancers, and I'm sure that, oh, but we don't see it that way. Well, that's a hard one. That's like abusive behavior. I would say it was abusive. Yeah. All right, let's see what we can do. We're gonna do a little testy test. Be careful. Yes. There's my splits. Look how terrible. Hooray. They're not terrible. They're wonderful. Because they are where they are today. That's as far as I can go right now on that side. Yep, there we go. Yep, look at that. Oh my gosh, some pooch. Oh no. We're gonna cover it. Love you, pooch. I know. Constantly improving, working to let go of that body dysmorphia, people. Life is short. Love your body. Life is short. Love your body. Love yourself. Love your life. I'm gonna get the other side. Oh, yeah, see, other side is better. There we go. Notice I'm holding myself just up off the floor. I'm actually getting a better stretch than just sitting in it. Getting a nice stretch through that hip and upper thigh area. Oh, that's good. There we go. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Letting that foot relax. By letting them relax, oh, yeah. Now we're feeling it. Yep, that feels good. Woo. Yep. Mucho mejor. Can't do our full sides yet. Nope. That hamstring is just not going to want to do it. And we do not want to further injure the hamstring. If you've injured your hamstring, you want to be very careful. Take your time, because it takes a while for them to heal, and they can re-injure really easily, supposedly. Oh. Shake, 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 shake. Also, I do highly recommend, if you also want to help yourself as an overall performer, voice exercises. There's a great teacher, what's her name? Cheryl something. She's a great lady on YouTube. She does like 10-minute vocal warm-ups. There's all kinds of vocal warm-ups on YouTube. Find one that works for you. Try to do it. 2-3 times a week even. I do it almost every day because I do a lot of voice work and singing, so just doing that every day in the car, in the morning, it's been a game changer. So even today I did a full 2-hour live stream with my partner Tom and then this, so I'm a little bit worn out at the moment, but by doing those vocal exercises every day, I bounce back a lot quicker the next day and the next. I think that's it. Okay, I'm going to do a little révérence. Did I say that? Oh, really? Révérence? What the hell? But it's always nice to thank yourself and thank your audience. So I want to say, here we are, right here, and we come over here, and here, and up, and bow, and then we come here, and here. I did a little different on this side. Oh my goodness, yes I did. You guys, thank you so much for being here today. Listen, before I leave, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the ding-a-ling thing, whatever you got to do, and stay tuned for more videos coming up. Let me see, are there any more things? Imagine paying to interview for a job. Yeah, exactly. Cap Dan, you get it. And Miriam says, do you still do photo shoots? I do. I love doing photo shoots. Contact me directly. Let's talk. I think other than that, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Whatever you do, just remember to never give up and never stop dancing. Unless, of course, you need to give up and you need to stop dancing. Dance will be there in whatever form it needs to be for you and in whatever way dance means dance to you. Maybe you dance with your heart. Maybe you dance with your voice. Maybe you dance with your cooking. Maybe you dance through your friendship. Whatever that means. It's all there. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to care for yourself and then care for others. All right? You've been watching Ballerina Badass. My name is Georgia Reed. You know I say never give up, never stop dancing. And I love you all. Toy, toy, toy. Don't forget to love yourself. Bye, guys. This was a lot of fun.